I've done so far, it becomes like a...
It's just circling in the
Yeah, I
blue.
think it's live.
In the blue?
Wait, but what happened?
I don't know, we're not sure if we're live.
You realized you were live, and you were live for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I do that a lot. That's exactly what happened. That's what's happening right now. So
Oh.
we're
Nope,
likely
you're live, you're live,
Yeah,
you're
we're
live.
right now, so.
Oh,
Pretty much whenever we do this on YouTube, we're always live before we think it is. But you know, anyways, I'm here in my studio in New York City. If I didn't already say that live, with Marisa, and we decided to mess around a little bit. I got a B1X, and I was excited to try it out. And Seth's here with me, and he loaned me his Phototech soft lighter, which is kind of like a big umbrella essentially that has this sock that goes in the front that gives you this really kind of open and diffused light, because it's essentially you're bouncing the light into the umbrella, right, which is already kind of scattering it everywhere, and now it's going through some diffusion to give you a really, really, really nice light. So it's cool when you're shooting any kind of beauty or whatever, because it's going to help with the skin. It's going to neutralize other highlights, which is what diffusion does, of course. So I got the B1X, like I said, and I want to just keep it super simple, big light source. We went for this kind of, you know, she was at the farm earlier, you know, just shucking hay or whatever you do at the farm.
Straight from the farm.
Straight from the farm. So I was like, well, you know, why don't we do that? And so yeah, she's here. It's really cute. And I thought we've got these wood panels, which are kind of like warmish in color, and then of course with her skin tone, and then the blondish red hair. You know, I thought it would be really nice to play off a kind of almost like a neutral palette. And we might actually make them black and white too, but it's almost monotone even though it's in color, because you get all this kind of really simple color. And then we went blue with the outfit and blue with the eyes. We ordered those this morning, and they were good. And Marisa wanted me to let you know that she's not wearing any makeup. So yes, I said, Marisa, don't wear any makeup, and she said, okay. That was pretty much the conversation, right? Yeah. So let me show you how I have it set up right now. I'm using my my Canon camera here. It's a D1X. I have an 85mm, which is often nice for beauty or headshot type stuff. I am tethered, so you guys will be able to see it into my MacBook with this Tether Tools cable here. I got the jerk stopper because we don't really want any jerks, you know, right? I mean, nobody wants that. And what's cool about this is I've got the B1X set up. I've got my controller on top, so I can actually give myself, as I'm working, you know, Seth is over helping me out, and he's basically telling me if you know, because of how we're working and we want to get a really nice exposure every time, if the hair is blocking our face and we need to give it a little more power or whatever, then he can just tell me, and I can quickly adjust everything up and down here. Really simple ABC channels. I've actually got two lights though. I have this one over here, which is in my, let me make sure it's turned on. It's in my B channel, which is weird because I normally make my key light my A channel, but I didn't today. And I've got one over there that's in my A channel, so I'll show you. I'm going to turn this modeling light on so you guys can see. This is giving a nice sweep of light. And I want to point out that I'm set up in a way that none of the light from the space that you're seeing lighting me is going to affect the shot. I'll take a picture and show you in a second. So turn the modeling light off. I don't really need it. I want to save my battery. And of course, this A light, you can see it over there. Turn the modeling light on. I've just got the thing bouncing off the floor, basically. Just super, super simple. Did I turn it off when we were waiting? Long hair problems, you see that? I got caught in the thing. So we got this guy, and we turn it on. There we go. All right, so we've got our modeling light there, an A. So I can go turn that up and down easily enough so you guys can see. So basically, that's just there so when she works her head down, that's just there so when she works her head down too much, we don't get too much shadow in the eye. Because since she doesn't have any makeup on, and we want to work away from the idea of doing any retouching, or very little retouching if we have to, I definitely want to keep the light as clean as possible on her face. What makes you need to do a lot of retouching is basically light that's not even on the face. Uneven light is going to make the shadows even more impressive. So if you've got like a dark circle, or you've got wrinkles or whatever, they're going to be even darker if you don't use nice smooth even lights. This is a good solution for that. Like I said though, I am set up in such a way that none of the ambient light is going to affect my shot. So I'm at, let's see where we're at here. I'm going to shoot at, I was messing around a little bit earlier. I'm shooting at f8 right now at 2/50th. So let me just take a shot without the flash. Let me turn them all off. That should be without the flash, hopefully. Yep, no flash. Should get a black screen. There it is, good. Now I don't necessarily want to shoot at f8, so I'm going to dial it down because I kind of want to work a little bit with the more shallow depth of field in some of these. So I'm going to go to f4 and just see. Yeah, I'm still getting black frame even at f4. So I definitely can work in that range wherever I want to be. I think I'm actually going to start at f4. And I'm going to turn my head back on. And we should be set up for this actually because we're shooting a few earlier. So let me just start off and just take a really nice simple shot, see what it looks like. You notice I have an out box here. If you're ever curious as to what an out box is for, it's to sit down on and to carry apples apparently. And Seth said that we're supposed to have apples because it's Rosh Hashanah today.
Apples and honey.
Happy New Year. Apples and honey. So if you're celebrating, Happy New Year.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, that's how you say it. So Happy New Year to anybody celebrating. Or if you weren't planning on celebrating, you still can. It's never too late. I am shooting at ISO 200 because I constantly get comments about why do you never shoot anything but ISO 100. So for you guys, I decided to shoot ISO 200. All right, so I'm focusing here. We're going to take a test shot. So we're just going to take a peek and see. Yep, that's crazy overexposed as always. So whenever you take your first shot, I'm in manual too. Whenever you take your first shot, it's probably always going to be crazy because that's how life is sometimes. So I'm just going to drop the exposure of the power of my flashes. Oh, that's because, like I said, it was on F8 before. See that? I said it and I wasn't even listening to myself. There we go, that's probably better. One of the cool things about being in Capture One is I can look at the actual photo and punch in and make sure I'm getting exactly what I want for skin tone and exposure. You can see how clean that is on the skin. Cool. Oh. You can use this little zoom tool, by the way, if you guys don't know what that is. If you're working with Capture One, you can keep like your zoom tool like on the eyeball to make sure that you keep everything nice and sharp as you're working. And then out here, I can actually be full size. All right, so we'll play through this a little bit. We're going for kind of a grungy feel, I think was the idea. So let's see what this looks like. So the reason why I'm not working in TTL right now is because I don't want my exposure to change. Like I said, depending on where she moves her hair relative to the light, it's actually going to bring the power up and down, and I want to be in control of that completely. I don't want it to adjust because I don't want the camera to make that decision for me right now.
Rosie Garcia, Capture One better than Lightroom?
Yeah, so I get that question a lot about, is it Capture One better than Lightroom? I think for actually working to capture, to shoot tethered, yes. Capture One is also a pretty powerful like organizational system. I don't use it for that though. I use Lightroom for that. So it depends on what you do. For capturing, I definitely like Capture One better. Part of it is probably because it's what I'm used to. You know, when they first started doing tethered shooting, Capture One was definitely the way to go. 12 medium format cameras, everything else. Lightroom has only recently been able to actually allow you to shoot, kind of tethered. And I guess because I haven't been using it, I just use what I've been using. That being said, it is a 30-day free trial, so pick it up if you haven't tried it. Now, when she brings her head down like that, am I getting too much? The things we need to be wary of is when she does bring her head down, which I like. No, it's pretty good though. You're getting a little bit of this bag under the eye. I'm going to bring up my oh, that's why I wasn't controlling it before, because I don't have it in my thing. That's okay. I realize now that when I set this up earlier, I just put it on the optical slave because I was using it for something else. That's the reason why I couldn't turn the modeling light on earlier. Just in case you didn't notice that I had to reach over there and do that. Yeah, zoom down. Yep, here's perfect. So again, I'm just going to turn this light up a smidge and then look at me a little bit. There, right there. I want to see if that, I turned it up basically half a stop. Did that help with the?
Yeah, touch.
A little bit. But we can see this is very minimal. So when we go into Photoshop later, I'm just going to simply, maybe I'll make a quick video about that, because I think sometimes people ask about that. I don't want to do any of this crazy like retouching. I want this to look very natural. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to come in and just bring that up. You really just want to break that line up. So
He's using a Canon 1DX and an 85 millimeter.
yeah, this is the 1DX. Cat 1DX Mark 17, not Mark 2. Now, you might notice too, I have the beep on my light, and that is so that I know when I can shoot again. And also it helps with pacing with the model, like she hears it too. They should change Profoto. I'm just gonna put this out there to Profoto right now as an idea. You can have it for free. Instead of beeping when it's ready, the light should say, "Good job, Marisa."
Yeah.
Because then every single time,
Only me.
well, of course it should say Marisa. Why wouldn't it say that? So then every single time it was ready, instead of beeping, it would just be like, "Good job, Marisa." See, look how happy it would make her. See, look at that. Good job, Marisa. Oh, there she is.
It runs to Grunge.
Oh yeah, right, we're grungy. We're gonna stay in the focused here. Because you don't care, you're gonna go smoke a cigarette. Because people smoke cigarettes in the 90s. I guess. Yeah, I think so. I guess people still smoke cigarettes. I've always just been too cheap for that. You know how expensive they are, especially in New York.
Autorama Pro.
You just
Brought
go
to you
and
by-
brought to you by them. Well, no, I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, it's like $10 for a pack of cigarettes. Like, even if I like them, like, well, no, it doesn't seem like it would be the way to go. I don't know.
You say holding like a $3,000 camera.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, well, that's what I'm saying. You can't afford
They're
a camera.
saying
like this.
good job, Marissa.
Oh,
She's doing a good job.
thank you.
Right?
Mwah.
Huh. Get that. She's doing a pretty decent job. Now we could, what I was playing around earlier, because there is actually kind of nice light in here, right? I have a daylight studio and it's kind of big and open, but nothing's over going to do that. You could, because I get this question a lot, so I'm going to turn my lights off for a second. I could just shoot with natural light in here and see what it looks like. Now I'm going to have to, which is one cool thing about this lens, is it's actually a 1.2 lens, so I'm going to actually go wide open to 1.2. And I'm going to go down to, I think, like 125. That should give me enough light. I'm going to look through the lens, through the camera rather. Nope, I'm still stopping half underexposed, so I'm going to bring my ISO up to 800. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, my meter says I'm a little overexposed now.
Yeah.
I probably should do math. Want to open the window? Yeah, okay, so that's going to open the window. That helps. So we're going to open the window up, and we're going to shoot some natural light ones. Now, this is going to have a totally different look. It's going to be really, 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 really shallow depth of field. And usually when your lens is wide open, it's not going to be as sharpest either. So if you're looking for that super, super fine, perfect detail, this is not probably what you want to do. But I'm probably going to make this black and white. I'm probably even going to add a little film grain feel to it. So it being a little bit soft is not really a problem for me. Not to say it's soft by any means, but relatively speaking. So let's just try. Let's see. That's actually good. Yeah, work towards the window. No, it's right there. Right there. Good. Bring your face back towards me a bit. That's perfect. That's perfect. Hold. When we go horizontal for some reason, I feel like that'd be the way to go. Okay. I didn't actually look at the exposure. Let's see if that worked. Oh, it's actually a smidge. So you can't always trust your meter. Also, it set up in the window while I was doing it probably, so let me go back and look through the meter again. I got impatient, I tried to do it without the, oh yeah, with that window open, wow. Okay, that's right, it's still a stop overexposed, so I'm gonna go to 250. I will get my light meter, but that doesn't require me standing up too much, and I don't have to do that. I'm gonna step back, take a look. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. You look so sad with the natural light. Natural light makes you so sad. Yes. She's an actress. Looks sad. Somebody ate the last cookie. That's like the worst if somebody eats the last cookie.
I know.
Like, why would they do that? Just one more check. Okay, good. That's perfect. All right, so now we're shooting natural light, which is actually really nice. Right? So, if you happen to have good natural light, make sure you take the opportunity to do it. Now, especially with the 1.2, I'm going to shoot a lot here because I want to make sure. There you go. That's good. Nice subtle movements. Good chin up and move. Go right there. Towards the light a tiny bit. Right. Bring your eye to the center. Now, one thing you might want to do, like, okay, now that's good. Just bring your eyes here. Good. I want to show the difference here. So you can see, like, a lot of times people will start looking out of the corner of their eyes. It's kind of nice usually when somebody's looking centered. So just when you're, if somebody's looking off, just let them know. There you go. See the difference there? So that's with the natural light. And of course, we can also play it up a little bit, right? Like here I'm at 1.2, but my light is at, I have it turned off. My light is at, I was shooting it at 4 before. I'm gonna do some math here. I'm just gonna dial this light down. I'm gonna try to use the flash with the natural light. Let's see if we can, let's see what that looks like in combination. Now I'm still shooting at 1.2. I'm feeling it's probably gonna be overexposed. Yeah. Okay, the flash is too powerful, but you know what I can do? High speed sync, that's right. Nobody saw that. right, so I'm in high-speed sync. There we go, perfect. So I'm gonna go to a 500, okay. So this is a good, if you could give me some feedback on exposure, Seth. This is a good example of when you might want to use high-speed sync. How's that exposure? Under? Okay. Because I want to shoot at 1.2. I want to use my flash. Is that good? Under still? Touch over, okay. What we're going to do is we want to work it out a little bit, right? We want to work in the flash so that we're still getting that 1.2. And I'm barely high-speed syncing it. I'm only at a 400th of a second. That's good? Good. All right, there we go. So now we're getting the really shallow depth of field, but we're getting the flash to kind of clean it up so we get nice. There we go. That's it. The thing with high-speed sync, too, is that, especially in the B1X, which is why I'm very happy to have gotten these now, in the B1s, which is what I had before, when you went to high-speed sync, you jumped at the minimum power to 7. So I would not be able to do exactly what I'm doing right here. In the B1X, that was one of the improvements, which is why, if you're wondering why I have B1Xs now instead of B1s, that's the reason why. That was the improvement. That's what the X is for.
B1X.
X. The X is for excellent. Actually, I don't know what that is. Okay, you got a little hair armpit thing going on. I mean, listen, I'm not opposed to that, but not for this. You know? Yeah, that's it. Good, nice. All right, let's do a few more where I'm gonna go to the side. What's cool about this is it's nice, now that especially I'm using the natural light, it's a nice big open space here. So I'm gonna switch her this way and see what we get with the light. I'm actually gonna turn the flash off for a second. Yeah, it recycles really fast because I'm turned way down too. I mean, I'm barely kissing this thing with light, but it's pretty fast. Yeah, oops. That was a weird moment, probably. How's that exposure though? From the side or from the flash off?
Touch low.
Touch under, okay. I'm gonna turn the flash back up and let's see if we get a good exposure.
Go back to 320.
320, okay. You're gonna turn the flash on, ooh,
Nice.
nice, okay. That's it. Okay, that's good. And again, I am shooting 1.2, so I'm being very careful with my exposure. Your hair dried really quickly. Good. I wonder why. Oh. I'm creeping. Oh, too close. She was like, too close.
The whoosh.
Cool.
Test.
All right, so that's pretty cool. I think that's what we're getting. We want to mess around a little with the black and white. Do you want to get what question?
Do what you were doing again, but throw the hair in front of the face again.
Oh.
Come take a look.
No, go ahead, I believe you.
Okay. 'Cause-
Like that? Hold on. Hold. Like that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's work that. I'm just gonna get a few for explore, because again, I'm shooting 1.2. I wanna make sure that I get a focus where I want. That's it.
Beautiful.
Good. Plus the digits don't cost you anything. You know, it's not like I'm shooting a roll of film. Okay, cool. Do we wanna mess around with maybe do a black and white? Let me come back in. I think we wanna make them black and white, so Seth was gonna, are you gonna do it first, Seth? We're gonna mess around a little bit and make it black and white. Just to see what, oh, that does look pretty cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, you were here,
God, your neck is long. You're like a freak. But in a good way.
but I mean, you did,
Sorry.
this is your first frame, and it was great. It was just off a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then you cleaned up all these.
Oh, right.
but
So I missed the focus
The
there.
second you did this, it was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
And then if you go into enable black and white,
Oh, yeah. And see, and you can do that. And what's cool about using Capture One or any kind of tethering software is that we're still using the raw file. So, hold here, so I'm not talking to nobody. You can say it there, Marisa, if you want. You know, this is still the raw file. So let's say I'm working with Marisa as a client. Marisa, come look at your pictures. And she's like, I would like to see it in black and white, Daniel. And see, boom, there you go. You know, we can do that. And this way, well, I'm not actually messing with the real file, right? I'm just kind of coming in here. And if you are going to output in black and white eventually, it's good to look at them in black and white so you can see how it's going to work, right? Because you want to get those like nice blacks, nice whites, and send a gradient in the middle.
plus it'll keep your raw file and create the variant, so you'll have 2 files for every photo.
Yeah, which is perfect. Then you have that option. So I always try to work that way when I'm doing this in Capture One or whatever I'm working in.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you look very young there.
Well, I would,
Marissa's actually 85
I would drop
years
the
old.
red.
It's because I'm not wearing makeup. If I wear makeup, I look like Joe.
If you drop the reds a little bit, kick a little bit of green.
Oh,
That's
nice.
super cool. Even the hair is like framing
Yeah.
my jaw, which is really cool.
See the denim on your corner here change?
Oh yeah, because that's now adjusting the reds and the greens. It's adjusting the color, which is kind of like almost putting a filter on the lens when you were shooting black and white
Right.
back in the day.
But I think the yellows are a touch over.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that feels pretty nice.
Maybe we'll back this up a little bit.
Sharth.
Yeah, because your hair is going to have your most dense.
Yeah. I mean, we don't often call you dense, but
But you're shooting against a pretty meek, like off-white backdrop, so it's not
Yeah.
going to be completely stark white.
yeah, the background is not white. It's actually almost her skin tone.
I mean,
so,
this
like,
is your whitest part is these teeth right here.
yeah.
Oh,
Crest.
pressed white strips.
There's beautiful photos.
Look at the photos. Good job, Marissa. Can we put it like? Can we do the weird '70s look?
What do you want to do?
Because Capture One has all these weird like things.
Oh, the recipes?
Yeah. So what's cool about it is they've
adjustments.
got these cool recipes in here,
Wait, hold on.
and it's one that's called like disco.
Whoa.
Actually, it's not called disco, but I call it disco.
So you go to adjustments, auto
You have to
adjustments,
send this to me. This is going on the gram.
By the way, the
styles, built-in styles, black and white, and then you have all these
you have the cool ones you can start with.
color effects, landscapes, legacy styles.
Legacy. There you go. Bust down that.
Old look 1, old look 2.
Yeah. So if you want to do some just out of the box just to show people.
I mean,
you
we're
got-
in grayscale mode, so you won't see the color effects on this.
Yeah.
But if you go to black and white, you can actually see the film grain styles.
Yeah, if you want to add some grain, and then you see how actually it affects like how like certain parts of her skin change. It's not just an overall exposure. The actual it changes based on the part of the image that it's affecting. So it's actually really kind of interesting, just like using the filters, and of course you can remove the styles, or you can stack them, and you can actually create your own styles. Then you can be really stylish.
You can even download recipes from other people.
Yeah. So if you want, like, let's say that you like somebody's porcini and mushrooms, you could download that. Done. It's getting to that time where we're getting hungry. All right, I think we got it. Do we feel like we got it? You feel happy?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I think
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
awesome.
Any questions online before we decide to?
They're all saying, "Good job, Marissa."
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, the light should say that.
I love you guys.
Okay. Cool. We're going to go off so we can eat. Maybe a giant hamburger or something.
Yeah, I'm done modeling.
He's done modeling. She eat a hamburger.
Damn
And.
it.
She's done modeling forever. No, just for this moment. And yeah, we'll do another one soon. We were going to do something outside, but we decided to eat instead. So we'll do another one maybe in next week or whenever we feel like it.
Cool.
Whenever I can get Marissa. She's very busy. She's on tour.
Maybe even later.
Maybe, later today we might come back up because Seth actually has a pretty cool idea to shoot another lovely lady. I know, I'm sorry, Marissa. And it should be pretty cool. I think it's going to involve more complex, cool light as opposed to soft basic light like I did today. So we'll be back up later. If you don't, do you have a YouTube?
I do, but I never use it, so just Instagram.
So if you don't know who Seth is, besides his hands coming in, do Last X Witness on any social and you'll find him. He's a pretty marvelous photographer.
Thank you. The name of the Profoto head he's using is the B1X, B as in boy.
Yeah, the two B1X heads right here, and they're turned way down. So just so, because you get this comment a lot, and I love Profoto stuff, whatever, but the reality is that I'm using this thing at its lowest power. This is probably putting out barely more light than like any kind of small flash. So you could probably even done this with a real, although it would have been at full power. Probably this you might have been able to pull off, do it with an Nikon.
Well, you have to also realize he's filling that entire umbrella with light. It's
Yeah.
not just the fact that it's on low power, it's the size of the source.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a difference. Oh, the mailman's here. So I'm not using a ton of power here, but it's nice to have power because sometimes you need it. So the B1X is definitely nice. We could use the B2 for this probably, but when I'm setting up, I always get the most powerful light I have because it just makes life easier. I don't have to deal with it later. Plus the models are impressed by it. I'll be like, look at this light.
Ooh.
See? Told you.
Okay.
That's how you impress models. All right, guys. We'll see.
Bye.